guys, welcome to my new video. Today I'll be talking to you guys about my training and diet. Just a little disclaimer before I start. I am no way qualified as a personal trainer or nutritionist, and I am not going to be in the future, but I thought I'd share you guys my tips, knowledge and opinion, as I have been requested several times of doing this kind of video once I did start a YouTube and also before I had a YouTube, so I thought now would be the perfect time to tell you guys kind of like stuff that I would recommend. But obviously after this video I would recommend definitely trying to get a personal trainer slash nutritionist if you do want to follow the IIFYM macros diet. I know a couple that actually do cater for that kind of diet and training. Also, if you guys can hear weird stuff in the background, it's raining like crazy here in Auckland, New Zealand, and the weather's just, it's spring, so excuse if you do hear like weird noises because I just got home. So first of all, what is IIFYM macros? It is when you count your carbs, fats and protein on a daily basis. So to give you an example, I am someone who doesn't like kind of do fitness as a career, not in the near future anyways. I kind of do this for fun, like a hobby. I kind of, you know, want the whole summer body, abs, booty for days, you know, that kind of thing. I'm just a typical girl who wants, you know, to have a nice summer body. Just to give you guys an example of what macros I was counting when I kind of did this whole IIFYM macros diet for the first time last year, I was on about 250 grams of carbs, 50 grams of fat, and 120 grams of protein. And that was a daily basis. I would have breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then I have like 2 snacks throughout the whole day, and that would be counting all my macros together. I got my kind of goal of what kind of body I wanted, you know, I was enjoying life, I was eating what I like kind of was able to eat, and yeah, it worked. And this was last year, like summertime I achieved it, and yeah, so I was proud of myself. So that's kind of like someone who's like, you know, trying to maintain but also kind of like lean down and stuff. That was just kind of my example. Obviously it's different for every type of person. It's based on not just, you know, weight, it's based on height, you know, gender, age, you know, everything, and like activity that you do for a job, like it's based on everything. So I sit at like a job where I'm just in the office all day every day, and yeah, so obviously I need to do more or probably eat more as some people, or maybe less. So that's basically the kind of basic meaning of IIFYM macros. A lot of YouTubers overseas and some in New Zealand, Australia also count their macros. It is quite easy to find videos on who kind of does them and who clean eats, and yeah, it is quite interesting because I only knew the basics when I first obviously started, and I learnt a lot from watching a couple of YouTubers. I'm actually subscribed to them if you want to check them out. I actually followed one person in general from overseas who's quite popular and known these days. Nikki, if you guys know her, she's obviously quite known, but not only that, she counts her macros, she competes, but she does amazingly anyways. She doesn't compete at the moment, but she's kind of like goals and stuff, so I can kind of understand why people were like kind of like inspired by her and motivated, because she's, you know, quite relatable, but also she counts her macros, so it kind of shows you don't have to clean eat to kind of get the body that, you know, you want. So it's a positive for me. Why do I choose this kind of diet instead of clean eating? To be honest, you can count your macros but clean eat at the same time. So to give you guys an example, I could be doing the whole 250 grams of carbs, 50 grams of fat, 120 grams of protein, but also that whole thing would be clean eating. So to give you kind of an example, when I was getting personal trained when I first joined the gym, which was about beginning of last year, I did get a personal trainer. They obviously gave me a clean eating plan. It was about 7 to 8 meals a day. It was like way too many carbs, way too much, you know, protein, and like not enough fat for me. And I could just tell because I was so weak. I could barely work out the training they did for me. I tried to use supplements to help. You know, nothing really worked. I was just always too full, and then I was always hungry, and it just screwed up my body, and I just knew that this wasn't working for me because I was having way too much food for my kind of like body type slash like fitness, kind of like what I was doing. if that makes sense. But yeah, I just tried it, and I don't know if maybe I was doing it wrong, because I know clean eating does work. The way I did it, it just didn't work for me. So yeah, I was getting like 7-8 meals a day. It wasn't the same type of meal. It was obviously like always different. But when I mean always different, as in it was like different meals each day for that whole week, and then you have that whole plan for like the next 3-4 weeks. And so you'll be cooking, it's the same thing every Monday, everything for the same Tuesday, everything for the same Wednesday, etc., etc., for like 3 to 4 weeks. And I got sick of food so much. I'm one of those people that hate eating the same food every single day, but something that I don't like and I have to eat it. It's so hard, and it's just so much food. I was just like, oh, like help me. You can actually count your macros and clean eat at the same time. So you could be having 3 meals a day, 2 snacks in between the day. As long as it fits your macros, you're fine. So I know people that do count their macros, but they eat healthy, like hardcore. They'll have like chicken, broccoli, you know, all that kind of stuff, like veggies, fruits, you know, oats, protein, like everything, like all that kind of stuff. And they will be eating healthy but counting their macros, and that's perfectly fine. I don't obviously eat like the healthiest out of anyone, but you can clean eat but count your macros, because that's kind of like the logic behind it. Like, you want to eat healthy but also know what you kind of put into your body, how much you need, how much you don't need. So counting macros kind of makes it kind of easier for you. But for me, I don't kind of eat that healthy, but I do get free food at work. It's great. I get kind of like, you know, my 5 plus a day if I really need to. Like, I'll have like Macca's, like sometimes. I'll have like Subway, like all these like takeaways, but I like try to make it so it fits my macros, and if it does, it works. But then it's so hard because you got to be like, oh, I've only got this much of fat left, and I'm like, I've got so much carbs left and not enough protein to eat, and it's just like, so it really depends on what you actually like is your favorite foods, and you can kind of incorporate that into your own kind of meal plan, and it will work. How I started getting to this, my boyfriend actually introduced me to the whole IIFYM macros diet when I first met him. He was doing this sort of diet. It really was helpful to see that you can get the results you want by counting your macros, because it's accurate as hell if you do it right. And so I learned from him like the basics, and then I kind of started last year after clean eating didn't work for me. And then I obviously kind of like gave up because, you know, it was like Christmas, birthday, you know, and all that. And then I kind of got back into it this year with getting a personal trainer, online coach / IIFYM macros diet type of thing, with someone who's actually, I think she's from New Zealand, but she was living in Australia at the time. And yeah, it was always through emails, and we did like weekly check-ins and stuff. If you guys want me to recommend you to her, just let me know, because yeah, I used to get coached by her, but obviously I just had so much stuff going on near the end of my kind of client 12 weeks. I think it was 12 weeks, but I got into so much like bad negative stuff near the end, I just couldn't continue. So I'm obviously back now, but yeah, like she helped me so much because I was able to incorporate food, that my favorite foods, but also good foods as well for you. And she was able to tell me what my macros were, and we kind of just like, you know, tried and errored it. It went up, it went down. The workouts were pretty good because it was stuff that I hadn't done before, and I got to learn more new things. So, and it wasn't too bad of a price either. So yeah, if you guys would like, you know, if you guys can afford like an online coach, or you think it would help, just let me know. I would recommend her to start you off and help out, because I pretty much gave up after last year, because of Christmas, New Year's, my birthday being in February, and then I was just like, you know what, I need to get back into it. And so she was kind of like the really good push that I needed, and yeah, so now I'm kind of like back into it again. When did I start counting my macros? So as I said, I started for the first time last year. I loved the results I got, and I kind of just paused because obviously I'm not doing this for a career, I'm doing it for fun, I'm doing it to get my kind of body I wanted, and I achieved it. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have fun. Don't need to count macros all the time, all year round, unless you really want to, or you're competing, or it's like your job, or you want to just always look the most you can. It's not really healthy to be super lean all year round, unless it's like a healthy lean. I feel like I am at a point where I'm lean enough all year round, where I'm not counting my macros, and I'm like still able to eat like awesome takeaways, and you know, I'm not getting like huge or anything, so you know, it's great. It does come to a point where you're just like, you have to be serious, you gotta count your macros and, you know, get serious and just maintain a healthy lifestyle. I am starting to count my macros again slowly around this month, last month, on and off, because summer's about 12 weeks away here in New Zealand. I am going to start like a mini cut where I'll be lowering my carbs, fat will probably stay the same, and then protein will probably go a little bit higher, that I can kind of get the summer body that I want. And I'm kind of excited because like at the moment I don't look so bad, but I do want, you know, like abs, booty, you know, everyone wants kind of like the best body in the world. So obviously that's what I'm kind of aiming for. I'm not aiming to compete or, you know, to look like better than someone else. I kind of just, you know, I'm competing with myself, and that's kind of the mindset you gotta have. You have to think positive. Don't compare yourself to other people. If I do, I kind of compare them to how they kind of express themselves. Like I follow a lot of girls on Instagram who know how to like be positive and love themselves, and I kind of like, that makes me feel so much better with myself, because no, I'm not comparing my body to them, I'm comparing my kind of personality, kind of like my mindset to them, because you know, if they can like overcome like pain, hurt, you know, feelings, injuries, and then like they come out looking like great, then that's something that I look to. I don't follow girls because, you know, they've got like, you know, booty for days, you know, abs, you know, goals as fuck. Well, Nikki is exception, but like we're all in this world not to compete with each other but to compete ourselves. So I kind of feel like that's why I kind of like doing it for fun, because if I did it as a career, I don't think I would enjoy it as much, and I love it, and I don't really like, I don't want to force myself to go to the gym, and I only go to the gym like 4 to 5 times a week, maybe 4 the most. Don't compare yourself to other people. Like they have different goals, different type of diet, different type of training, and they're doing themselves, and they have different metabolisms, so they've got different genes. So that's all I got to say about that. How do you count your macros? Now, I got taught how to do this properly, and I also have seen people do it. So you use the MyFitnessPal app. It's pretty easy to use. If you don't pay for the app, you don't really get the appropriate macros that you need, but it'll give you like a rounding estimate. I might do like a full detailed video on actually how to count my macros if you guys are interested. Just let me know in the comments down below, because it is quite hard to explain without actually showing you guys the app. There are tutorials on YouTube how to use the actual app, so I can kind of try and link those if I can find some. If not, just let me know and I'll try my best to show you guys, because it's really hard to film on this camera and then through my phone when the lighting is so bright in here. It's not hard, it's pretty easy. I usually myself, because I work 9 to 5 type of job, Monday to Friday, I usually just write it down next to me, or because I don't really use my phone to kind of count it. I've got a calculator at work, you know, for work, and so I'll like write it down on a pad, you know, what I've got for the whole total of the day. I'll just take away what I have left after I eat something. Doesn't really take long, it takes like 2 minutes. Pretty easy once you look at the back of the labels of how much carbs, fat and protein each packaging has, and like kind of like, you know, like per serving, like what everything is. And yeah, so some things obviously won't have nutrition facts. You can kind of always Google it, kind of estimate yourself. I try to ask for help, and I'm like, what carbs, fat and proteins in this? Because, you know, I'm still a noob. Well, I used to be, so I can't really ask now, but I try my best to calculate things as much as I can. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about my kind of training briefly. So I get my workout plans from bodybuilding.com. It's free, it's simple, easy workouts. I would recommend it if you're looking for somewhere to find a whole full workout for 12 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 weeks, however long you want, based on like body types, gender, age, etc. Yeah, so bodybuilding.com, search that and then choose training and then click find a plan. You don't have to pay anything at all. I literally use the app, it's free. Yeah, I recommend using that. It's pretty straightforward. The diet part, it's quite clean eating based. I don't really use it, but yeah, recommend using their workouts there if you're kind of new or you kind of want a new workout, because doing the same thing every day is not ideal. It gets boring. So that's kind of like my little website I go to. I kind of, like I said, I train 4 times a week, and or maybe 5 if I can. It's good to have rest days if you can. If I do go more than 4 days, I try to train mostly more legs than upper body, because my upper body is more stronger now than my lower body, and my legs are quite weak. My back is worse because I've got like a weird spine. So my back is like really bad, really weak. So I try to train that more and my legs more than now my arms. My arms maybe like once a week because my arms are fine, but that's kind of like my different type of workouts I do for my body parts. I also do try and get in like supplements if I can. If you're kind of new and starting into it, I wouldn't recommend it. So, and the last tip for training, do not get worried that you're gonna get big, because weightlifting does not make girls big unless you're really trying. Trust me. I started with doing cardio when I first joined the gym, saw nothing. Started weightlifting, you see results so much faster. Cardio I use kind of as like maybe like a warm-up, or like kind of like after the workout when I'm trying to like lean down. Obviously I'll do cardio for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. Definitely do weight training. Don't get scared. Bring a friend, because I was so scared of weight training and I love it now, and I'm just like so excited because the other day when I did legs I went up a weight class and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm getting stronger. So yeah, be a dog like me and just get excited for like no reason by yourself, because that's what I do at the gym. I'm just like sitting there like, yay, like. Okay, sorry guys about that. My camera died while I was talking about my achievement. Typical karma for me, I guess, because I don't know. But yeah, my camera died for probably because I talk too much. Yeah, so basically guys, what I was trying to say is I achieved something at the gym the other day and I was really happy. You know, no one really there to kind of say, except, you know, message my boyfriend and be like, oh my god, like, you know, or kind of all that kind of thing. But yeah, I just thought I'll let you guys know, like, pretty much if you've got a goal and you achieve it, you're gonna feel great, you're gonna feel better. So that's all I kind of would say today. I hope you guys enjoyed the kind of a brief training slash IIFYM macros diet video. I will go into more further detail. If you guys have any questions that you want answered that I didn't say or answer today, please let me know in the comments, please, because I really want to help you guys and give you guys some tips. The only advice that I think you should really worry about is don't be afraid to go to the gym, because I used to be afraid to go in like to like a, you know, a normal gym. I used to go to a women's gym because I was so paranoid about people staring at me, and you get over it. You kind of have to deal with it because everyone says everyone, like I stare at people, they stare at me, especially now with these eyelashes. I got stared at so much the other day. People are like, what is this? What are those? You know, so people stare at me because, you know, they think I'm wearing makeup to the gym. Like, I ain't wearing makeup, I'm just wearing extensions, okay? You know, obviously you can tell I'm not wearing makeup. So, I don't know, either people stare at me because I look weird, or they just stare at me because they stare at me. Like, people will look and will judge you no matter what you wear, no matter what you do. If you're doing something wrong, if you're doing something different, they will judge you. And now sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I don't care. I don't give a crap what people think about me. I'm there to do one thing and one thing only, and that's what you should think about. So I hope this really helped, and like I said, please leave a comment down below if you have any questions. And yeah, so also like the video if you do want more of these type of videos where I just explain kind of stuff like this. And that's all I kind of have to say today.